Hello again from the golden microphones of the IMC Club Radio. Howie Marlin here, giving you another Touch and Go episode of Sun and Fun 2016. I was walking around Paradise City. I was visiting my friend Launchpad Mazzari when I ran into Vollmer from Pipistrel. And he gave really a tremendous overview of what it's got to be one of the most fantastic aircraft. This is literally a IFR certified glider. Yep. Here's the rest of the story. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to the internet, my friend. How can I help you?
We're online.
All systems go!
And in your face. You are listening to the golden microphones of the IMC Radio. News, opinions, and your calls.
You gotta see that big picture.
Sometimes if you stop the machine, then you realize, whoa.
You have to have some foresight and think about what kind of an effect is that going to have on air travel.
How important is aviation to you?
Feel the bass, come to the place, we set the bass high, right to the line.
Well, even with this $100 earmuff thing, we're going to get a little wind, but I like wind. I like wind. Rand Vollmer.
Hey, Howie.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Howie here with the EAA IMC Plane Talk here at Sun and Fun 2016. And I'm sitting back here under the wing of a Pipistrel on a very wonderful, breezy, gorgeous... Oh, gee, this is a great day.
We had a little rain this morning.
Oh, no, car wash. We got the plane wash. Everybody got their planes washed for free.
Yep, it was actually refreshing to have a little bit of rain. It's the best we've had. We've never had weather quite like this.
Well, it's wonderful now. There's no dust, and it's really just awesome. Now, let me see if I get your name right. Rand Vollmer?
Rand Vollmer is correct, yeah.
And where are you from, Rand?
I'm living in Tampa, Florida. Lived here most of my life.
Living the dream, baby, and here we are with these fantastic aircraft. Now, we've been talking for a few minutes, and I was sharing this big dream about what I want to do at the airport and the kind of people that I hang with down there. And how is it you ended up being a Pipistrel fan?
I was here in 2002. Pipistrel had been in existence for over 10 years at that point, but we're just breaking into the U.S. market. I saw it at Sun and Fun for the first time. Had been a pilot since 1972, airplane pilot. I went to the military academy. My eyes weren't good enough to fly in the military, but I saved my money and got my license.
Wow, okay. Now, when I was a kid, I was kind of a nut. I've always been a nut. I had 30 model helicopters, and my mom and dad used to complain because my ceiling was full of them. And then somebody told me that I wouldn't be able to fly because I wore glasses. You want to go say hi? You can go say hi.
You going to be around for a while? Okay, great. Okay, super.
Ooh.
Be careful.
You almost got decapitated. So the story is somebody told me I wouldn't be able to fly because I wore glasses. It broke my heart, and I took all the models down. And it made my mom cry because she saw that it really broke my heart. I was the kid that would ride his bike 3 miles down to the Asbury Park grass airfield and lie at the threshold as the guys came down through the hook to pull the banners. And all I wanted to do was fly. So I would bug them to fly. But then, of course, the 70s came and went, and, long hair in college and all that. And then for me, as an adult, a flying club was created, and it was a shared ownership of an airplane. And, of course, by then I realized I could fly. I can't fly fighters, but I can fly. And so I bought into it, ended up getting my ticket, and the rest, they say, is history. So you went another road. You got your ticket through GA, is that right?
I did. I was flying in Tampa at the what used to be the top of Tampa.
Did you know Danny?
Yes, I did know Danny.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later.
That was quite a while ago, though.
Yeah, long time ago. That's wonderful. So, and then you say you saw this aircraft here at Sun and Fun.
I saw the Pipistrel Sinus at Sun and Fun. Was really infatuated with how efficient it was, how clean the lines were, and the idea that you could have a motor glider, you could shut the engine off, go up and have fun, and actually turn it into a very nice cross-country machine was what I decided I really wanted to do.
Yeah, but you don't need a Pipistrel to do that.
I don't believe anybody does it better than the Pipistrel.
Okay. Well, I was telling you earlier about the fact that I got a few hours in another airplane. Uses of all things a Porsche engine, which is interesting. What's in this?
This has the Rotex 912 UL.
Oh, really? A 912? Nobody's ever heard of that before.
But this has the 80 horse, and not many people are using 80 horse right now.
Oh, that's the big gun, ain't it?
No, that's the small one. That's the 80 horse.
Yep. Okay, mixed up brain. Fixed that. Okay, and so the virtue of the smaller one is?
Well, the engine is extremely reliable. It is not. The compression is lower than the 100 horse, and it tends to be able to make it to TBO a little quicker. And if you put more power in this, you would not be able to use it.
Understood. And I understand why I got a little confused. But it's easy to get confused with the different engines and the classification of light sport. Now, this is a power glider.
This is a self-launch glider. That's the technical term for it. We call it a touring motor glider. And we also have a more conventional self-launch glider, which has the two-stroke motor or electric, your choice. It's a Taurus, and a Taurus has a motor that stores in the fuselage and comes up on a mast and provides a pusher self-launch. But it's not like the Sinus is for your cross countries.
So right in front of us is the Sinus, yes?
We're sitting under the wing of the Sinus. We're looking at the Virus SW in front of us.
Okay, what's the difference?
Okay, the Virus SW is our latest of the high-wing aircraft, except for the Alpha Trainer. And essentially what the Virus SW does is takes the glider one step higher, because we have a 147-knot cruise in an airplane that now is technically a glider. In fact, there's about 40 of them.
Whoa. How fast?
147-knot cruise. This one right here is 140-knot, and it's got 100 horsepower.
It's 140, 147 glider.
And that's knots, and this is a glider, correct.
You're right, it's nuts. You're absolutely right about that. Where are they made?
They're made in Slovenia. Used to be.
Where is Slovenia?
Slovenia, if you can picture where Italy is, Slovenia is just to the east of northwest Italy.
Okay, so the Cuomo area?
If you go to Venice or Trieste, it is northwest or more northeast from those cities, yes.
Oh, well, good enough for that. Now, looking at the, you call it the Virus?
We call it the Virus. The names were kind of a joke at first. The Sinus was first named, and I'll tell that story real quickly. The engineers decided that they used a sine wave when they did a lot of their design work, and they thought Sinus, which came from the sine term, they call it sinus or sinus in Italian and in Yugoslav. They didn't know that sinus would have a negative connotation in English until long after they had named it. They had sold 30 or 40 of them, and they sold one in the U.S., and they finally came to their attention. So what they did was name their second aircraft the Virus, or as we would say, Virus. And to show they had a sense of humor, they called it the Virus, and they said, get infected by the Pipistrel virus. So we...
That's really not a bad marketing ploy.
No, it's something people remember. The other thing about Pipistrel, the founder of the company his name is Ivo Baskrel. Some people know this story, but Ivo is a 6'4", very thin, very interesting, dynamic individual. And back when it was still Yugoslavia, he would go into northern Italy and smuggle parts back into Yugoslavia, saying that he was making tents and generators, when in fact he was actually building trikes. The locals knew what he was doing. They didn't turn him in. And in fact, in order to stay out of trouble with the government, he would fly them only in the evening at dusk. And the locals would look up in the sky and they'd see these trikes, these powered trikes, flying through the sky, and they said they looked like bats. Well, the word for bat in Italian, which is what they spoke there, is Pipistrella. And so that's how the Pipistrel name came about.
Wow, that's a great story.
It's a very interesting company. Ivo Baskrel is kind of a bigger-than-life guy. They've won the Cafe Challenge and CAFE is Comparative Aircraft Flight Efficiency, and it's a competition that's been held quite a few times, but the last 3 times Pipistrel has won it, and it's they're looking at flight efficiency, quiet, and handling, and we've had 3 different aircraft entered, and all 3 have come in first place.
Well, judging from artistic design, I'm sitting between these 2 aircraft, and it's hard to imagine a more beautifully designed aircraft. The lines on it are Ferrari-like. They're sexy as hell. By the way, I'm just going to shift gears, and they come with a ballistic chute.
That's right. It's an option, but it's an option that almost everybody takes. We've had only a few saves, but those people are alive today because we had a ballistic chute in it. It's a Galaxy Rescue System parachute.
Well, as far as technology is concerned, you use what you can and you take advantage of the opportunity. And if you're in the market for this kind of thing and it comes with that as an option, for the sake of having the option versus not, it's kind of one of those things. It'd be a head shaker if somebody didn't get it. But anyway, that's awesome. Both of these aircraft can be seen here at Sun and Fun. And for those of you that are somewhere else in the world, what's the website? Where can people find out about you?
Our website is www.pipistrel-usa.com, and that's pipistrel-usa.com.
I'm surprised you didn't look at the side of the airplane. Well, it's been a real treat, and just want to make sure, Rand Vollmer, I really do appreciate your time. Is there any last thought, anything that we didn't get a chance to talk about that you want to share? If not, you say we're good to go, but is there anything else?
Well, I mentioned one thing. I've got a customer who's brought his aircraft here, the Virus SW, which is in the front of our booth. It was designed especially for his needs. He's a retired Air Force colonel, a great guy. It was probably the easiest sale I ever had because he knew exactly what he wanted. And he has an instrument panel to die for. It's got 2 large Dynon screens, sky view, touch, and he's got a Garmin GTN 650. So this is a legal IFR glider. He comes down, stays current with me, flying for 2 hours every 6 months with me, and he is current to take passengers IFR. He's a great pilot. He knew what he wanted, and he's got it.
I have never heard those 2 terms in the same sentence. How many IFR gliders do you know of?
I know that there's 3 Pipistrels.
Well, there you go. Well, folks, Rand, it's been a real treat. Thank you very much for your time. And if anybody gets to Sun and Fun or AirVenture, you really got to take a good long look at these aircraft, because when you do, it's going to shift your. It's a paradigm shift on aircraft. By the way, I will leave you with one last thought. I'm looking at one of the aircraft here that has wingtips that can be exchanged or changed. Rand, explain what that's about before we go.
Yeah, we call this model the Flex. It's actually a Pipistrel Sinus, and we had some complaints, especially from U.S. market, where people couldn't get the Sinus in. It's a 50-foot wingspan, couldn't fit in a hangar. So we had the company design a way to take the wingtips off to get the wingspan down to 39 feet. And while they were doing that, they decided, well, our Virus, the model, the original Virus, not the Virus SW, which is the short wing that really goes fast, but they want to go a little faster, and that was a 40-foot span. So what we really did with the Virus, or the Sinus Flex, we have wingtips that can turn a Sinus into a Virus and then back to a Sinus again. It's pretty unique, and they fit in hangars now, and every single Sinus we have sold since they offered this in 2011 has been with removable wingtips.
Well, obviously, innovation, technology, utilizing everything that's good and wonderful about the glider industry and the power technology, including the electric versions that you have. Again, Rand, thank you very much for your time. Truly appreciate it. Hey, guys, this has been another little touch and go edition of the EAIMC Plane Talk here at Sun and Fun 2016. Howie out.
Welcome to Plane Talk on WIMC Radio. The views and opinions expressed on Plain Talk are of the host, its guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views of the IMC Club or IMC Club International.
Runway National Departure Quebec, 0954. Runway 25 right for departure. Taxiway Echo 54.
Dude, this takes so much energy, guys. All right. JetBlue 1012, Lieutenant November, join Alpha and contact ground on Bonanno. Good afternoon. Clear to land, runway 33 left 4. Good evening. You guys should come up here one day. You'd enjoy it. You'd enjoy the show. Clear to land, 33 right.